Hi everybody, welcome back. So today I thought we'd make a junk journal, a wizarding junk journal out of an old notebook. And so I have this Harry Potter Journey to Diagon Alley book, which I have already removed probably about half of the pages from. Point being that if you're going to make a journal, then you're going to want to add to it. And rather than have it suddenly end up being like, not being able to close it properly. If you remove some of the pages, then you can add your own, whether that be blank paper, bookmarks, pockets, whatever it is you're intending to do with your journal. I mean, I want a journal in mine, so I want a lot of blank pages. I will put in a cover here to get rid of that. Also at the back to cover that. I might leave that. But this little book, it came with this set, which was from Amazon. I really like this box a lot. It's actually lenticular. There you go, you can see it now. There's Hagrid and Harry walking down Diagon Alley. Barely, there we are, better. And it's really nice. It contains a whole bunch of rubbish, basically. All bits of paper that I've collected over the years. Also in my Newt Scamander suitcase, same thing, full of bits of scrap paper of every kind. Also my Vault-Tec lunchbox. It's all getting a bit close to the camera now, but yeah, a whole, just tons and tons of paper products. I love paper products and I love junk journals. And I'm going to have one for the seaside, one for home and family, one for botanicals, and this one for Harry. So this came from Amazon. I'm sure you can get it elsewhere. I will, if I can find it, I'll leave you the link for it just in case you want it. The only reason I bought it was because I wanted the umbrella pen. Hagrid's pen. This is all I wanted, and I love it. Everything else in the box I couldn't have cared less about, but the box itself has proved really useful, and it makes a great display piece. All right then, so onto the journal. All these bits of paper that I've collected, I'm going to use one of them as a template. This is a great one because it'll do as a template for the front and the back pieces, and then a single sheet will do as a template for the size of the pages I'm going to add. So adding paper, you can do it by way of just gluing literally down the inside crease here and adding your pages that way. You can use washi tape, which adds a bit more interest, all sorts of things. So the first thing I'm going to do is to cut up some pages, and I'm going to be using vintage paper. Okay, so it might not be actual vintage paper. It doesn't have to be. It can be any old thing. It can be tea-stained bits of card, whatever you like. I really love this. I think it came from Shein or Temu. This is so very lovely and super pretty. I've got plain paper. I've got this paper, all sorts of different ones in there. And I've got a Marauders map that I can just cut up and use. In fact, there's a ready-made pull-out right there, which is just terrific, So, and another one. So brilliant. That's the sort of thing I'm going to use, and I'm now going to start chopping them up, which you can do by hand, or you can use one of these things or a guillotine, whatever you happen to have. I'm just going to use scissors for this because it doesn't have to be perfect. I do want it to be the same size though, because I don't want bits massively sticking out. As long as they're approximately the same size, I am cool with that. Okay, so there's one. And this is actually going to be smaller, but this is perfectly fine. As an insert, a double insert. I just need to level that off a little bit. Okay, so as you can see, I'm not going for perfection. I don't need it. It's going to be a small one. And also, I mean, you can be really precise with these if you want to, using one of those bone things to get a real sharp edge. For me, it's not an issue. By the way, don't throw away anything exciting and interesting like this. Don't throw it away, because if you're going to make a background sheet for something, these little scraps will really come in handy, and I will do one of those in a bit. And don't forget, you don't need to do this all at once. It doesn't have to be a whole one-day project of you know, doing every single part of it. Just do whatever you feel comfortable with. You can add to this over the years. This isn't going to be something that's made in a day, or it might be if it's, you know, if it's a gift for someone or something. But for me, I don't want to just fill a junk journal with any old crap. It's got to be things that are meaningful to me. And if I don't have anything meaningful to put in it at the moment, then so be it, you know. It can wait until I do. That's just my philosophy on these things. But of course, you may be just like, oh, I want to do it and I want to do it right now. Okay, right, well, first things first. For now, I'm just going to insert these pages. I will glue them and I will washi tape them. And for the inside cover here, I'm going to use Pritt Stick, but you could use whatever you want. I mean, this book, for example, honestly, it was going to go in the charity bag once I'd read it and, you know, found out that it wasn't that interesting. Sorry, Donald Lemke or whoever the publisher was. Yeah, it didn't really tell you anything exciting and new, put it that way. So yeah, it was going to go to charity, but now it's getting an extra life. And don't forget, you can distress the corners. I mean, this book to me looks far too new and tidy, so I will be distressing it just a little bit when I'm done. Okay, that's looking good. I just need to do a bit of trimming. And I will distress the corner of this with a bit of ink. Okay, so that is pretty much ready now to be decorated. Okay, so now I'm going to add in some extra pages where I just feel like I might want them. Also, by the way, this isn't finished. There's going to be another piece added here once this is dried. Okay, this one I'm going to use the tiniest bit of glue just down the edge to insert this. Isn't it gorgeous paper? I just love this kind of old-fashioned paper. It's so beautiful. Okay, I'm going to leave that one to dry and then continue working my way through, just adding pages wherever I want one. It's at this point that I really feel I need a bigger desk. Okay, so to make a background sheet just with little bits and pieces that you might have lying around or collected or cut out, I've just got this piece of paper. It's quite thick paper, but nothing special. You could use cardboard, tea stained, coffee stained cardboard if you wanted to make it look old. I've just picked out a few things here that I can use. I've got a plastic sheet down so I don't ruin my case. And I'm just going to make a background sheet which I can use for whatever I want. I can put something on it or just, you know, make a pocket and put that on, whatever. So I'm just going to put that on there. I find that laying it out beforehand and making sure that you're happy-ish, you know, with the arrangement is probably the best thing to do, but not really necessary. You can just play it by ear and do whatever makes you happy. So there's my piece of scrap from earlier. See where that's going to need to go, just to make a nice border along the bottom. Doesn't have to fit perfectly. It doesn't. Straighten that up a little bit. That'll do. And I'm just going to go over the top of that. And I'm using Pritt Stick rather than wet glue, just simply because it's, you know, quicker to dry. More convenient, really. But just use what you've got. Okay, that'll do. All right then, and then I picked out, I've got my fat lady, love Dawn French. Oh my goodness, wasn't she just wonderful? And a mermaid. I just think this makes a nice little arrangement. And you can just see a tiny bit of the background peeking through. You can cover it up entirely, especially it's a great way of getting rid of ugly bits of paper. Not that that one was. Oh, Harry's on the back. I think this came out of a book. I have absolutely no hesitation in destroying books to to get bits of paper or, you know, things that I want out of it. Obviously, once I've read it, once I'm done with it. Slightly overlapping the map. And as you can see, I use pinking shears to cut it out, but you know, there's all kinds of fancy edges available that you could have used. I've only got pinking shears, so that's what we got. And I left, just for a bit of variety, I left the top edge flat, so she didn't look entirely like a stamp. Speaking of which, stamps are a terrific way of decorating either ink stamps or, you know, paper ones. I've got some gorgeous little owl ones that came off of Etsy, which will certainly be showing up in this journal for sure. Okay, so I've got quite a thick back sheet here, and I'll be putting that in with some washi tape into the journal. Okay, let's make a pocket. Okay, so to make a small pocket, I have this little template here. Basically, all I did was I cut out a circle from a piece of scrap paper, and you can use anything as your template: jam jar cover, saucepan lid, whatever, as long as it's round. Again, you don't have to be too precious about it. Just find the center point of your circle. You can mark it with a pencil mark or a pen mark if you want to. Best way to do that is to just just fold it in half and then find the center mark. And then what you do is you bring up the bottom like that and the top like that, so that you've got like a little package here. And then in this position, you just bring up the bottom, so you've got a little envelope basically. It's the cutest thing ever. You can complicate it slightly if you'd like to make it an extra special one with 2 slots by just bringing these flaps around here. And then you've got, let me find a piece of paper. Okay, well, there's never one when you want one. But supposing that I wanted to use this front flap for something, I could. Or I could use the big flap for something else. So you've got extra, you know, slots. So I'll just glue this together very carefully, just using a little bit of Pritt stick again. And you really don't need very much. It's just to keep it in position. And then along here, on the 2 wings basically. And there we go, pockets. And you can just attach those to your books. That's just a pocket. There's all sorts you could do, but for today, that's the one I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to construct what I've got so far, and I'll come back in a moment. So you might remember that I said that I was going to add another page here, and the reason for that is because I want to be able to close this book nicely. And for that purpose, I've got some black velvet ribbon here, cheap as chips from Temu, which I'm going to glue down over there, cover with this, and then I'm going to do the same on the back page, just glue down some ribbon here too, and then I will cover this also on another day. So for now, I'm just going to get some glue, a bit stronger than the Pritt stick, and pop that down. It doesn't have to be exactly central, but you know, somewhere nearby. And for this, I'm using Yoo-Hoo. Okay, that's looking good. Just get rid of the excess. And if you're using ribbon that frays, this velvet won't, but if you're using one that does, then just make sure that you use something like pinking shears on the end, or, you know, with supervision, if necessary, grab a lighter and burn off the end. Okay, so I'll let that dry and then do the same on the back end. But for now, I'm going to glue in this lovely piece that came out of that envelope of oddments that I got. And for this, I am using Pritt Stick. Make sure I'm using the non-sticky side. I'm going to need to get another Pritt Stick in about 5 minutes at this rate. I've been using it such a lot lately. It's super useful, isn't it? To have in your stash for hundreds of things. How have I managed to get cat fur on that already, honestly? The price we pay for living with the little darlings. All right, and then over the top of this, you could have stamps, you could have a pocket here at the front. You could have anything you wanted. Honestly, I don't know why it took me so long to discover junk journaling. How have I lived to this age and not discovered it before now? I don't know. All right, that'll do. I will let that dry. That is nicely hidden. There's a wee bump there, but nobody noticed it because of the pattern. And that's that. Okay. All right, so it's looking pretty good so far. We've got the ribbon, we've got front page, some nice new pages, template page that you can put whatever you want on. This is another pocket, and don't forget to use fabrics. This is in here just to make sure that the glue doesn't seep through. This is a little fabric pocket that a enamel pin arrived in, and I've been keeping hold of it for such a long time, and now it's just the perfect opportunity to use it in something like this that's still wet. So as I'm adding the extra pages and whatnot and going through this, the last thing that I really want to do today is add my front piece. So you could do anything with this. You can cover it in fabric, you could cover it in paper, add embellishments of every kind, a pocket on the front, flowers, fabric, anything, literally anything. I've chosen to do something a bit random because that's the kind of person that I am, actually, no doubt. And I have this. So I made this kind of, this frame, it's rubber. It came from, I think it was either Temu or Shein, and it was supposed to be well, it is the Mirror of Erised. And it was awful, honestly. I got it, and I mean, bearing in mind these things cost like a couple of quid, I can't say I was that surprised, but it was truly dreadful. It came with a little you know, one of those thingies on the back so that you can have it standing up. It really was not the thing. It wasn't it. So you could put a picture of Harry behind here. As you can see, I've just used some glue. It's still wet. And I've added my cat, my black cat Apothecary. I designed this in, I don't even know which AI now. I designed this steampunk cat. I love him with all my heart. So I've put him in here, and he's going to go on the front of my journal. And I'm going to stick that on with glue. It's going to take an age to dry, and I'm going to use a super glue on this to make sure that it doesn't come off, and go around it very carefully. And then when I've finished with all of that, I'm going to distress the edges of the journal, and that will call it pretty much complete for phase one, until I find other things that I want to put in here, and then I will just carry on with it over the years with all the little bits and pieces that I've collected. I've got library cards, you know, obviously not real ones, but you know, that kind of ephemera that I just think, yeah, that's going to be really nice to just put in something like this. So I'm going to glue this down and call that the end of this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you found it at least a little bit inspirational. Do let me know what you think about it down in the comments, and whether you have a junk journal, and if so, what you've done with it and what its theme is, if it has one. Okay, that's it. Take care. Stay safe, everybody.